Welcome, everybody, back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom! Today, we're going to try and finish a lot more of this game. We are approaching the final few missions of the campaign, and at this point, there's not that much left to expect. So, we are pretty close to it. Okay. Banishment. Okay, so we're on the last 4 missions, it looks like, of Yugi's campaign. I will be finishing Yugi's campaign tomorrow. That's just gonna happen. Okay, so we need Mai for this mission in order to recruit the last Harpy sister.
Scott! It's time for us to settle this once and for all!
Careful what you ask for. I might take control of your marshals and send you running again.
Yeah? I don't think so!
What?
If it's so easy for you to control people, then why blackmail Kaiba? Why not just hypnotize him, huh? Your mind control is a mental attack, and it doesn't always work, does it? Sometimes it does. But it's not a guarantee. By the look on your face, I'd guess that I'm right. If you were really serious about being the ultimate game master, the rules would be a lot more unbalanced. But why? But you didn't set it up that way. Why? The answer is obvious. For some reason, you need this world to be as fair, as close to the real world as possible. And that means that when you are a player yourself, you can't intervene. Well, it was a good bluff. We'd get you cornered, get careless, and then you'd try to hypnotize us. Even if we did break free, you could afford to let us get close to victory and get careless again.
Really? Is that what happened?
Yes, Joey. Scott is not omnipotent here. He's just another player.
Amazing! Simply amazing! A brilliant deduction, Yugi! You're right! I have my own reasons for making this world as perfect as possible. I will take great pleasure in defeating you myself. Let's see if you're as strong as you think you are.
You're nothing but a third-rate fighter! You're no match for me!
You just don't know when to shut up, do you? Fine. I'll just have to shut that trap of yours for you. Good luck with that. Okay. I need to get to Cape Town with Mai, so I have to start sending her south. Bakura, you got a lot of the ass-kicking creds for the last level, so head up there. Healer in here. Who do I want as the defending marshal? Looks like it's going to be Mako because I'm out of time. Why is there a death counter? He's not playing Isolation. I was checking for the video. Okay. Welcome, Rev. Welcome, Liz. Two Soggy the Dark Clowns and an illusionist faceless mage. Oh god, and they have the germ infection trap and Rhyme and Final Flame. Ew. Oh, that's gross. Oh god, no. And their AI is scripted. Yeah, these bastards are gonna start abusing the shit out of fucking poison. Unfortunately for them, a lot of my monsters are pretty stat baggy. Oh my god, wow, okay. Apparently Final Flame says fuck you. Oh, my boy is alive. These guys are carrying books of secret arts to augment their damage. Yeah, I was gonna say, I must have missed my attack with the Aqua Dragon, so thanks again for fucking my accuracy game. What? Ooh! Yes! Dinner will be a good dinner tonight! Alien is being checked as we speak. Yeah, I am putting some more effort into, I'm gonna put some effort into analyzing those last few videos right after I stream, and then I will post them in the Alien series this week. I don't know if there's a purpose to playing the DLC or if the DLC has any story. If the DLCs do have some story to add to the game, maybe I'll go back and play them one day. But not right now. Oh, thanks, game. Thank you. Yes, let the enemy get all their action points out before my Octoburster moves once. He's that slow. Not the main game, but are good. Okay. Excuse me. Ew. I apologize to everybody. Yeah, it's worth noting, everybody, that a lot of the AIs are going to start abusing the absolute fuck out of poison on some of these levels now from now on. The game is set up and paced well to really just kind of slowly get you into the idea that items are going to become a big thing. It's not set up really well, in my opinion, in that a lot of the items that enemies are going to use are not really going to be particularly fair-minded, but whatever. So Goblin's Secret Remedy and how I wasn't using that, you will have to learn how to start adding that into your repertoire. Or you can do what I just did, technically, and ignore the poison if your monsters are strong enough and your opponents are not. And then you can just lambaste the enemy trying to abuse it. For anybody wondering, Rhyme is basically a weak version of Raigeki. It hits you with a weak lightning attack and then paralyzes your squad. The problem with Rhyme is that Raimei doesn't remove any of your action points. So if your monsters are actually strong enough, then they're just going to be able to tank until they can act. And because he didn't poison me and paralyze me, he's not going to be able to really take advantage of that. The main reason why he can't take advantage of poison and paralysis at the same time is because this game is hard-coded so that one status ailment will very readily overlap another. I like that Suijin and Aqua Dragon are leveling up. I don't like that they're not getting more action points. They should have like 4 or 5 action points by now. Okay, this team doesn't have any items and they have very low action points. It's 2 launcher spiders and a labyrinth tank. Okay. These guys are actually going to hit pretty hard regardless because they have high DPS potential. They're stat bags. Oops. Oh yeah, they have an AoE attack now. I forgot, Launcher Spider gets an AoE attack. The problem is, if Launcher Spider is not attuned to its Marshal, it doesn't deal a lot of damage. And that's because A, the attack itself doesn't hit very hard, and B, the monster's action points are so low, it's never going to get to abuse it. Ah! Just popped my toe. And see, he didn't... Oh, he used Missile Blitz too, so... Once again, he's kind of out of actions. I didn't figure they had story that continued the main game. I was pretty sure that was done. Because Alien Isolation... The one thing that I absolutely have to admit I hate about Alien Isolation is that it ends on a fucking cliffhanger. It ends on a cliffhanger. It doesn't actually end properly. Like, the game doesn't end. It just stops at a point where Amanda is kind of out in the cold of space and then gets picked up. It doesn't explain how a Xeno got on the Taurens. It doesn't explain if Amanda was okay and made it home after that. It doesn't... Honestly, no. I would argue that it absolutely isn't. Because that, to me, that's not really building suspense. You have just kind of stopped your game from finding resolution. Because the point of a horror story is to resolve itself and have a resolution. That game doesn't have a resolution. In its own way, it doesn't actually end. A little bit like the game Shadows of the Damned. Like, one thing that I could say that was kind of bad about Shadows of the Damned is that game doesn't really end. And I love the idea of Shadows of the Damned. I thought that game was funny as shit. But it doesn't have an ending. It doesn't resolve. Amanda's story has no resolution. Sure, she escaped the station and she killed a large host of aliens, but another one almost killed her, and we still don't even know how that got on the Torrens or why it was there instead. Oh, I'm not trying to break your heart. Quit being a drama queen. I just don't like that the game doesn't resolve. And it's kind of the game's fault that it doesn't. Well, it's not really the game's fault that it doesn't resolve its story. That's actually the fault of the writers. No more labyrinth tank. What? Then watch it through the TV. The TV is connected to... Oh, well, the TV's connected to YouTube. Yeah, you should be able to stream it to the TV, I think, with your phone. Maybe. Or turn the television off, because that's sucking internet too, honey. Never. It's not my fault the game's biggest sin is that it doesn't properly end, okay? He chose to wait. Wow. He's gonna lose the fight with no score. Could you two maybe gain an action point when you level up? Please? It's your fault, that's what you whine about. No. I don't think that's my fault. Anti-air and anti-ground. Okay, so there's an anti-ground cannon south. Anti-air cannon south. So I'm gonna send Joey. And then... Well, I'm sorry, dear. You'll see it when I post it to YouTube. There's no cannon here, just a soldier. Ooh, offensive items. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. It's the game's fault it has something terrible in it. And it is terrible that it doesn't resolve itself properly. Dragon Seeker... Creel, Summon Skull. Oh god, he has a Hinotama. Okay, no. Okay, no Hinotamas from you.
Jesus!
Soul Spear. VRBK posted. Go get your crazy K fix for the day. Critical overkill. More evidence that Joey has one of the most overpowered teams in the game right here, by the way. Guilty of the Dark Knight, Flame Swordsman, and Panther Warrior. Because for some reason, that is like broke dick universe power. Oh my god. Another anti-ground cannon. Or anti-air cannon. Blue medicine, red medicine, monster reborn. I don't care about those. Just gonna buy a bunch of those Rime spells. You don't, strictly speaking, need them, but they're kind of helpful. That's Joey. Insert laugh track. I mean, Joey... Again, Joey is kind of like the most overpowered MF on the team right now. Him and Mai are my most broken teams. Ridiculously high action points. They hit like freight trains. Alright, Tristan is fighting two Nabalists and a Wing Eagle. This is actually kind of bad. I actually need to kill the Wing Eagle before... My only hope is to actually force it to fuse early, I think. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yep. I'm just gonna force Crimson Sunburn stupid early. So this is what Monster Fusion essentially does if you didn't get enough of this the last time it happened. Monster Fusion effectively increases the attack points of two monsters by fusing them together and also increases their defense and their HP, then creates a singular monster from the pair, effectively allowing them to fight on. Several monsters that are fused often get fusion summoned with the light HP regeneration effect that you are seeing here, with Crimson Sunbird flashing white with a little red plus sign under it. That effectively means it gets a little bit of a health back every round. What's going on there? Yeah, I saw that. Here, babe, here. Oh! Here. Just use my phone to watch it. I will probably ask for that back here in a little bit because I need to look at what's going to happen in the next session. Okay, that's weird. I don't know. Yep, I'll be posting it right after I do this anyway. I know. That fucking... Oh, his Mavelus ran out of action points early. I'm like, why is that Mavelus just sitting there? Liz says hi, by the way. She says hi. Got to kill that fucking son. Please just die. Yes! Oh my god. Since Crimson Sunbird died, both of the monsters that used to fuse it will count as dead now. Are you guys getting picture here just fine? I just want to make sure you guys can actually see what's going on, because apparently she can't. That's weird. Okay. That's Joey, insert laugh track. See, look, now Wing Eagle and Mavelus are dead. And there's only one Mavelus left to worry about. Irony, Tristan, Tristan, unironically good. Holy shit. Who knew it could happen? Sure as fuck not me. Summon Skull is just not getting as much EXP as the other two monsters here, and it's because he doesn't have a ton of actions. Which unfortunately kind of limits him right now, and it's making him a bit of an issue. Alright, Bakura, you head down to that town. Yugi, move over there. Taya, move over there. Mako, move over there. And then when Bakura reaches the next destination for himself, I'm going to order him to attack Cape Town. Then I will have Mai take down, or go to Cape Town with her team. That should unlock the last Harpy. Or no, go to Town Southern. He needs to take down Town Southern. And then Mai can go to Cape Town. Because Bakura does not have a flying monster for a team leader. And one of the enemy marshals has already respawned. God damn it. And that's not a respawn. You don't have any items, but you have slightly more action points than others. Oh, Bakura's gonna rip this guy a new one. Is your phone finally working, honey? Good. I love that thing's psychotic laugh. Oh, poison and paralysis do work on each other. Oh boy. Yeah, he just nuked my Dark Magician. Pretty sure Final Flame is a one-off. That's still highly fucking obnoxious. What are you watching, huh? Why am I hearing police sirens? Oh. Poison wore off. His Dark Magician is not going to get any experience for this. I'm very aggravated about that. Because the coppers are coming for you because you're cringe. You and your obsession with cringe. You know what's cringe? You're cringe. Your obsession with cringe is cringe. Also, I missed one of my Misty Ninja slashes and I am angry. No, you are the cringe. Cringe. It's not my fault you're the queen of cringe. Oh wow, Dark Magician actually got experience and levels from that. but somehow Bakura didn't get any. That didn't make any sense to me. And that counted as a loss for Bakura. Okay, that one is a respawn. Hey, Miko's monsters have 3 action points now. It's like they finally started to blend with their master. That's a minor nuisance. If the dragon was holding an umbrella. No! No, the dragon is not holding an umbrella. Yes, it does. It looks like it does. Now it doesn't, because you can actually tell that it's not in his hand. Shuttlecock. Yeah, it kind of does look like that. I know it is. The angle doesn't change at all. Or the angle change doesn't all. Yeah. Yeah, Suiji's movements with his model in this game look so bad. Like, there's a lot of battle animations for Capsule Monster Coliseum and for Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Yeah, it kind of does. And I just, like, I won't be showing those battle animations because they look terrible. Especially nowadays. But they didn't look good to me even as a kid. Get fucking trashed, yo. Now Suijin and Aqua Dragon are starting to be a little less useless because they're blending properly to their martial. They should have been blending properly to them from the start, but watch this cock jockey use Raime right away. Or he'll die before he gets the chance. No, but we love the dragon-wielding umbrella. Oh well, it was just Arcana's Dark Magician that died. Nothing of value was lost. Can you tell I don't like Dark Magician when it's Arcana's? Can you tell I don't like Arcana? I hope so. No, but it was his fault that he looked like an asshole the whole time. Both wield each other. Oh God, you made babe. Now you have made Suijin even worse for me now. All I can see is the coffee filter. I can't unsee that anymore. I'll never be able to unsee that. Oh, God. See, because he doesn't, like, Suijin doesn't look that way in the actual anime or in his card art. We got a moon rover up in here as an enemy. Yeah! God damn it, now I can't unsee that either. It always looked like an anime mech tank to me before that. I love how stat baggy Mako's monsters are. What I don't love is just how bad they are at having action points. Alright, go to Cape Town, buddy. Go get your last heartbeat. It's gonna make you the most OP marshal in the fucking game. I'm not joking, by the way. The umbrella leveled up. It's now a parasol. I'm just imagining Suijin going through a Pokemon evolution. You have evolved from your coffee filter evolved into a parasol. Sounds like the same thing. No, parasol is a slightly different version of an umbrella that's largely just designed to keep you out of the sun. Although it does also work in the rain, it's not quite as good. Oh my god, that was incredible. And it's fancier, yeah. It's also usually more expensive. Sometimes restrict is gross. Oh my god. Parasol's still an umbrella, it just requires 2 hands. Eh. Not see the earlier jokes that he made in chat. So this is eating thing. Wasn't really focusing on chat, I didn't see. Yeah, well, that's your problem, Rev. How dare you? You fool. It's your fault you're missing out on the funnies. Are you with the Resistance? My name is Karino. My sisters and I were hoping to join. We started out together, but got separated along the way. My sisters are sure to try and join the Resistance too. So can I come with you? Please? I'll even help you fight! Harpy Lady Karino. Wait, there's another trainer here? Black Pendant? That's another anti-air cannon. Jesus Christ, this game doesn't want mine to do shit. went over my head. A lot of things go over your head. Gee, I don't know, it's only multiply. Curse you, Yugi, you and your Karibos. Like, those things are disgusting, but your Thousand Eyes Restrict is gorgeous. It's a fucking monstrosity covered in eyeballs. It looks like an eldritch horror. Oh, for God's sake. Ha! It immediately failed! Okay, kill him. Aqua Dragon only has one action point, but I can spend it killing off that Sagi. I don't feel sorry for you, Pegasus. You fucked over way too many innocent people for me to give a damn. My girlfriend's watching Yugi. And Pegasus just lost his final face-off. I need to get the core to a healer. He has an anti-ground cannon. Okay, so Mai is going to get to do something after all. Fun fact, you don't actually have to take this fort in order to be able to get at him, but it makes it easier. Abridged, censored, or uncensored. She's just watching the 4Kids dub, so censored. She has seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I hated Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Have I not been normal, Tristan? No, dude, you were a fucking psychopath for half your life. Fun fact. Yeah, well, maybe I don't care about what you think right now. dodge the Hinotama bomb. Yeah, I mean, you are uninterested. I mean, what? Well, so are you, so I guess we're even. There we go, Yu-Gi-Oh! Trash can that. And I immediately took over the AA guns and it killed the monster that got revived. That's true, but you're not a professional bitch. Not yet. Maybe one day you will be. You all know too much. Your lives are forfeit! I can be bitchy. She will back it up. You haven't met my mother, okay? Alright, so Scott has a red medicine, a deal of phantom tied to two of his monsters here, which I guess does something to boost their damage, I imagine. So he's got a Cosmo Queen with some red medicines, which is kind of a problem, but it's Cosmo Queen. He's got two barrel dragons back in the day. Why are harpies so overpowered? his barrel dragons are completely out of actions. His Cosmo Queen only has one more heal left. This is a team that is very problematic to fight purely based on how stat-maggy it is, and not based on whether or not it's actually a threat for long-term combat. And the developers placing these monsters here and drastically limiting the number of actions they can give just kind of shows you how little difficulty is actually here. These monsters, they're not really having the ability to keep up with somebody like Mai right now, and you can kind of see it. They're out of heals now. They're out of action points, except for Cosmo Queen, who's going to act 3 more times before the fight's over. And by that point, I will have killed at least one of these barrel dragons, probably both of them, because my team still has half their action points left. His team's missing 2/3 of theirs. Just chilling as I host. What are you hosting? What tournament are you hosting? Barrel Dragon? No. A dinosaur fight tournament? In what game? Sounds hilarious. Oh, I missed! How lovely! Jurassic World is 7. Shut up, Liz! Jesus Christ, I am not that old! When I'm 50, then you can fucking say that. And I'll still tell you to eat my ass. You will never silence me. You can name a dino after him. I can name a dino after you, Liz. Yeah, that sounds legit. I firmly believe in that. Let's name a dinosaur after Liz. She'll feel right at home. I mean, what? So now Cosmo Queen is the boss monster at this point, and she's the only monster left in the trio. She can fight, I guess, but she won't be able to hold up against this 3-way tag team against her. And she guarded, so I'm just gonna wait. She guarded again, so I'm just gonna wait. That's 2 actions that he effectively wasted, by the way, because he thought guarding was going to help him. No. Guarding will not save you from me. I know the loophole of the mechanic. You may notice that guarding is a mechanic I practically never use in this game. The only reason to ever guard is if a monster is very low on HP, within the nature of being one-shot, so that another monster can take the chance to heal it when it gets a turn. I practically never guard because I practically never let my monsters get their HP that low. the only way the enemy can one-shot me is if they hit me with a spell attack like Raigeki or a trap. Call it Seth, so it's Seth. No, he was gonna name a dino after you. It's gonna be called Lizzie the Velociraptor. No, that would be naming it after me, not you. Maybe I should call it Lizzie the Lima Bean.
It's over, Scott!
Impossible! How could you beat me? You'll pay for this! The time of reckoning is almost upon us! You'll get yours yet!
Stop!
Name it stuff on my behalf. Hallowed Land of Ishtar. Because for some reason the Merrick references need to keep happening. So... Barely escaping from Siegvarths alive, Scott makes his way east from the capital to the Temple of Ishtar. Considered hallowed ground to the Imperial Order, the Temple of Ishtar is veiled in mystery. Yugi and his friends head to the temple, hot on Scott's heels. I will be excluding the Scorpios, Rex, because that fucker's poison is cheating. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Harpy's pet dragon, you have served us very well and very faithfully, but it is time we replaced you. Harpy Lady Carino. So, the bad thing about Carino is Carino starts at level 1, but we can fix that with a little effort. Remember Camp Cretaceous, Scorpio, Rex? Oh! Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Never mind. So now we're heading to this area in order to, I guess, set Mokuba free. That was never really explicitly stated. Fairy's gift, Queen of Autumn leaves, Hain Hain. Same group, no items again. Power of Nature. Power of Nature. Orion, the Battle King, Dark Witch. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Harpy Lady Special. Triangle Ecstasy Spark! So, if Mai wasn't a broken enough character before you did this, congratulations, you've just destroyed the difficulty of the game. Hain Hain is dead, by the way. And now... yeah, you know how Arcana had Raigeki? I have the spam attack that just nukes everybody. That did 424 damage to Orion the Battle King, and he was guarded. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level ups in one go. Mine is about to get so much experience points. I'm a really bad person. By the way, I hope you guys like this animation, because we're going to be seeing it a few times. Actually, kind of a cool animation. Jesus Christ! It one-shot Hain Hain for 2,300 with a crit! I was not aware that move could crit! And she missed with her chilling wings. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna red those. Triforce much. It pretty much is. This is why you want all 3 Harpies on a team, by the way. This is why you want them with mine. All together. Because this is what they do. Yeah, Harpy's Pet Dragon is actually a decent monster. Give it to somebody who needs one, though. Because when Mai has these 3, you don't need anything else. That's 2 teams she took out in 2 turns. Oh, Karino got her first extra action point. Orion the Battle King and 2 Dark Witches. Okay, that's what those teams are. Excuse me. Power of Nature gives them a serious attack boost. So this is about to hurt. That didn't hurt as much as I was afraid it was going to. Good fight. This is what happens when you take 3 PMSing RP monsters and allow them to go swing on somebody altogether. Death. Iroh got another action point. Kirino went up another 4 levels. Mai could win the entire rest of Yugi's campaign by herself like this, by the way. If you really wanted to, you could do that. No bullshit. That's not an exaggeration. That's a fact. By the way, if you wanted evidence for girl power back in the fucking day, here it is. Because this is an all-female combat unit, okay? And it's the most broken one in the game! Yugi's team at max level does not have anything on this! I'm not even kidding! Look at that! Powerpuff Girls reference there. No, I wasn't actually intending to do a Powerpuff Girls reference, but that's a lot more topical than I thought, admittedly. And we're dueling Odeon next. Odeon has a very bad team. Yeah, and for some reason he's outfitted with 2 embodiments of Apophis and a mystical beast circuit, which thematically is fine, but with the attribute they gave him, despite the fact that he is a very good martial, and he is a very, very good martial, his monsters suck, because they don't actually benefit from his attributes. I could go nuke him right now with Mai, and it wouldn't fucking... It wouldn't even be funny. It's just sad. By the way, in case anybody hasn't noticed, I have consistently kept myself at around 10,000 gold. More or less the entire campaign. What's this trader got? Blue medicine, red medicine, monster reborn. Okay. Actually, I need to start preparing for Kaiba's campaign. They will carry over, and some of them I will actually be using. But I want to show off a few more variety monsters, so... I am going to be trying to avoid constantly abusing the same thing. I also really want to show off Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon. Don't judge me. Bones actually gets a few good zombies. And you might be forgiven, by the way, for forgetting, ladies and gentlemen.
My master may be gone, but I will not allow anyone to violate this hallowed ground.
Oh, dude, I'm about to violate every bit of that hallowed ground. Now it's just Scorprex versus Spinosaurus named Crayola. Spino named Crayola. I'm just imagining a Spino that's like literally the colors of a Crayola crown box. Oh! Oh my god, it happened! Illusory Gentleman has finally hit the level where his attack now randomly starts blinding people. This is actually where he becomes a very broken monster, because his action points are now so high, you can spread his attacks around on the enemy so that he blinds a different enemy every turn in order to try and keep their accuracy down. I named it as such since it resembled one a bit. Oh no!
This is a cool background, by the way. It looks like a church cathedral. I actually kind of like that.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. Don't worry, though he is likely to be killed by Scorpio. Is it bad that I kind of hope he is? It probably is. I'm probably a bad person. So you might have noticed that Odeon had 2 red medicines when I scanned his inventory earlier. His monsters died before they got the chance to use one! His monsters died before they could use them! Because Yugi's monsters are so stat heavy! Odeon, I'm sorry, I just humiliated you. I'll be doing it again in Capsule Monsters. By the way, did anybody forget that Mokuba was being mind-controlled? I know Yugi brought it up at the end of the last mission. That, you know, the hypnotism thing doesn't really work that well. Yeah, for some strange random reason, Yugi targeted Scott's main fortress city, then immediately broke off here in order to rescue Mokuba. The plot of the game's missions, though, might have led you to believe that that didn't happen. And that wasn't really a thing, because we chased Scott here, didn't we? But Scott's not here. But Mokuba's here. Scott ran through here and forgot to take his prisoner so that he could still use Kaiba against us. Intelligent writing, ladies and gentlemen!
Mokuba, wake up!
Is that you, big brother? Kaiba. Mokuba would never call his brother Kaiba, by the way. He would literally never call him Kaiba. He would call him Seto. Because that's how he calls him. He calls him Seto or Big Brother. Mokuba's still a little groggy. Andy's a little weak, but he should be okay.
Well, that's one less thing to worry about.
And we got almost no money for that lame-ass mission. And that was a lame-ass fucking mission. Yugi and friends search the temple and rush towards the secret room. Is this where the nightmare began? What will Yugi and his friends find here?
We'll find out today! Because I've still got 40 fucking minutes left on this stream.
Alright, I'm pretty sure this is basically the last mission to Yugi's campaign. No, there's one more after this. Probably. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the back cybernetic doorway into what the fuck have we walked into today? Amazing. It's like something right out of a sci-fi film. Yeah, no shit, Joey. You don't know when to give up. You could have lived here knowing that you had beaten me and destroyed the Empire. Is that a hologram? Enough, Scott! Set us free! Let us out of here! You should be thanking me for trapping you in one of the these games you like so much. What more could you want? This is the Kingdom Control Block, the heart of this entire world. You are all standing on a circuit that's just above the heart of the computer. They're much like nerves in the human body. They both carry electronic signals. Keep in mind that while Scott put himself in here as a player, he could have just given himself admin privileges that would allow him to fuck with the entirety of his world. He chose not to for reasons that are not explained in this campaign. That's because Yugi and friends are just a bunch of people he brought in here to trap with everybody else. The only person he actually really cared about beating was Kaiba. His actual plot dynamic and antagonism predominantly is meant to go towards Seto Kaiba. He doesn't give a shit about Yugi and his friends. He just wanted to fuck up more people. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't, it's not really properly conveyed. The story to this game is ass, and this is why. The human brain is in a collection of electronic signals. You're now closer to that than anyone has ever been. Never mind. I'm only wasting my breath. You're all just bugs in the system now. And by that, I mean that the system considers you to be errors that need to be eliminated. Everything you've done up until now has been within the scope of the character you were assigned to play. But now you've gone too far. In just moments, the system defenses will activate and destroy you. My plan is close to completion, and I don't have time to waste dealing with you. We will never meet again. So I'll take this opportunity to say farewell. Bye-bye. Does Liz got a favorite dinosaur? I don't know. You'd have to ask her. Stop! He's gone.
He's got to be in here somewhere. Start looking everywhere!
Alright, so we need to take over the terminal bus location. And the terminal bus location is in the very, very back. You will have to manually direct and control your teams up to this point. I'm just gonna say that now, because the game doesn't really know how to not. By the way, guys, the final boss of this particular level, yeah, he has Sangha of the Thunder, Kazijin and Suijin of Wind and Water. This motherfucker can summon Gate Guardian. The enemies of this are Cyber Commander and Robotic Knight here with 2 blue medicines, no items, but they do have some special attacks. There's Jinzo and some Cybersaurus. They don't have any unique effects. For some strange reason, Red Eyes Black Dragon and Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. I don't know why these two are alone. Ryukushin Power, Giant Mech Soldier. Again, no items and no special abilities. Machine King and Cyber Soldier. Machine King has the Command Force ability. Rocket Warrior and Millennium Golem with their rocket boost attacks. That's the only interesting thing about that. Alright, so it's time to get this ass-kicking train started. Joey's gonna go up here. Mako's gonna go here. Mai is gonna head down to the left. Again, the guide basically tries to recommend, hey, just let Yugi do everything. Just let him do everything. No. Bakura's gonna go that way. You don't want Yugi doing everything. It's unfucking necessary. Alpha the Magnet Warrior is also hidden, I think, or Beta in one of these areas. One more mission to Yugi's campaign after this. I'm debating. Do I want to do it now or do I want to do it Oh, she's not high enough level to trigger the special attack. I got no dino knowledge on anything. Not back, just commented. It's very easy to go through this entire area and never actually figure out where the fuck it is you really need to go. But it's honestly not that difficult. It just looks like it is. I'll pick one. Give her the ugliest dinosaur you can possibly imagine. I'm not familiar with that particular species. It's a spine lizard. It's basically a spino lizard that has that walks around on all fours. Are all of them guarding? How thematically fitting. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. Here, I'll send it to Liz. We'll see what she thinks. My favorite dinosaur has kind of always been a raptor. Which is never the king of all dinos, but it's kind of always been my favorite. Raptors are awesome. Why does that fit me? I would like to know. I'm gonna let him explain that one. Because this was his fucking idea. What raptor specifically? Why? Are there a bunch of different variants? I didn't know there was a variety of raptors. I thought there was just the Velociraptor. There were others. What do you talk like? What others are there? Cyber dinos that fire machine guns, ladies and gentlemen. I am not familiar with most of those. The Indoraptor was pretty awesome. But, I mean, it was designed to be a government weapon. Yugi didn't want his help dealing with her. It's not necessary, she's just under misapprehensions. Huh. Oh, come on! Why did I miss? Fucking rude. Only the Oviraptor and Gigantoraptor are omnivores. Oviraptors are egg thieves. That's kind of the actual dark truth about Oviraptors. So the only threat between these two is actually just Red Eye's Metal Dragon. Red Eye's Black Metal Dragon. The Gigantoraptor I don't know about.
Pebbles. What's up, baby?
He's basically larger than each of the others and is feathered. Oh, the Gigantoraptor is the feathered one. Okay, I know exactly what's going on. had heard of the Utah Raptor. How the hell did that not kill him? Lol, what? What just happened? That was cheating. I got one turn, and they all each got one of their own. Yeah, no, that was cheating, video game. You manipulated the rounds in order to give Dark Magician an early grade. You got killed by a Utah Raptor, but no, I at least had one victory. Well, that figures. There's another one in there. Oh my god. There are so many of these damn security programs. Oh no! And Bakura has to fight without a frickin' monster against this. Okay, this is good. I was unaware his special could miss. How the hell does he have almost double the points I do? He's probably been hitting me a lot more. I guess the Indoraptor just isn't that good. That black pendant makes him hit so damn hard right now. So black pendants are for fiends in this game. I wonder if that's not a connection chosen because Yami Merrick puts black pendant on Makiura, who is in fact a fiend. Indoraptor's a medium-class dino. Yeah, none of the raptors are heavyweights. I knew that. I was almost tempted to send reinforcements to Bakura, but I decided to see if Bakura could actually handle this, even without his Dark Magician. And yeah, actually he can. Now, you may have noticed that I've been micromanaging a lot of my units without using icon mode as much. This game's pathfinding is trash. It doesn't actually take into account the fact that we're in a bunch of hallways. Oh, there's minus Gigantoraptor, or small class. Okay. That actually kind of makes sense. Two, three, four, five. Neck Hunter went from having average damage to actually pretty significant damage. And part of the reason why Ansatsu is not hitting on the degree that I want him to is because his legendary sword was taken away from him, which was a mistake. I really shouldn't have done that. We're also at the 2-hour mark, so I really need to try to finish this level. I forgot some of these things have multiple machine programs in them that are security programs and will do things. Now, if I recall correctly, we should get a Magnet Warrior out of here. You found Alpha the Magnet Warrior! Alpha the Magnet Warrior has joined your forces. But because the pathfinding to this game doesn't recognize that you're in hallways, you actually, more often than not, have to move your units so that they're not stuck against parts of the hallway. Because if they get stuck on them, then what'll happen is what happened to Taya there, where they'll kind of get shoved to the side and just sort of stop and they won't move. You see, and it's happening to Mako right now too. Suijine's getting stuck and he won't move. It's because he hits a wall and he's like, oh, I can't do that. So you actually have to micromanage them directly down the hallways. So now Alpha's joined our army. We've got Alpha the Magnet Warrior. That's 2 out of the 3 Magnet Warriors. Please be aware, you need all 3 Magnet Warriors, and you need, God, what do you call it? In addition to your 3 Magnet Warriors, you will need a polymerization card, or item in order to get them to fuse. So, if you have the spare funds, you can buy polymerization in Yugi's campaign. And the Dimetrodon died with no wins and 3 losses. Damn! That's fucked. I think I'm gonna have Tristan take on the next enemy. I'm gonna send him over here to seize the memory bank A1. E-balls. E-balls. You might also note that there are no traders in this area. If you want to have access to a trader, you will have to build your own trade union here. And I will build one just to show you. They don't have anything interesting here. So... Shimon. I got some Furby. Are you bugging? I think you're bugging. Cyber Commander has an attack or an ability called All Out Charge. Essentially what it does is it allows Cyber Commander to buff the attack points of his team. The problem? Cyber Commander by himself is not a very strong monster. Raptor was the winner. Well, at least I died to the guy who won the whole tournament. By the way, the AI behavior of pathfinding in this game, I basically do an entire new one, but it excludes the dino that is the last one. Oh, that's just Tournament 1, okay. The main reason why the AI pathfinding doesn't work properly when it comes to narrow hallways and corridors in this game, it's because the designers didn't playtest these last few levels. They just playtested the majority of the fucking game and didn't actually think to figure out if narrow hallways and corridors were going to be a problem. And if they did, it was one of those issues they were like, we won't even bother to fix this in post, so they didn't. And it never got fixed. Wow, Yugi has a really slow death master. Or a martial team master. Team leader. Yeah, a lot of these monsters have very slow movement, which is one of the reasons why when I did a big dissertation about this game in my server, one of my primary dissertations was straight up patience. For the love of God, you better have it when you play this game. Because if you don't, nah, his Pump King's actually not that fast. He just doesn't have much distance to climb. Pump King is not one of the slowest movers, but it's not one of the fast ones. Yeah, A, it's his surface area. B, he just has a very short distance to move compared to you. Which is honestly why you want Mai or Taya to go over there and stop him. Because they absolutely will. They'll make it in time. Dancing Elf is very fast. Harpy Lady moves very fast. All of the Harpy sisters are actually very quick movers. The second Velociraptor looks like that. Oh, wow. The Harpies are gonna kill these guys before they can fuse, aren't they? Nope! Okay. We are gonna get the Seagate Guardian. Wow! That's a big bitch! Let's see how hard Triangle Ecstasy Spark hits him. I wanna know. Shaves a third of his HP off. Gate destruction. Oh god. 452 damage. That's not as overpowering as I expected. Oh, damn. I don't have enough action points to do another one. Oh, shit. I might still have enough action points. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna kill him. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Mai is completely overpowered. Just get her Harpy sisters and she owns. She will cook the entire game for you. And you don't get any gold for this mission, by the way. Dark Spirit. In hot pursuit, Yugi and friends make their way through the maze of circuitry and infiltrate the central unit. This is the control unit of the fantasy world created by the computer where Scott is hiding. The countdown to the final battle has started. Okay, I am going to point out something after I finish this mission because something a little unique happens at the end here. This is the last mission in Yugi's campaign, and I have the time to, so I'm just going to do it now. But, admittedly, I'm kind of over the line. Okay. Scott has no offensive units here. However, you need to be very, very careful when it comes to Scott, because Scott is surrounded by 3 special computer servers that allow them to do some seriously irritating shit. Do not try to engage Scott right away. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Bakura and Tristan and Taya, and I'm going to have them go around and secure the side routes. Because what I want to do is actually kind of simple here. Okay, Bakura, hold still. Do not engage Scott first. Just don't. It's not good for your health. I'm just gonna say it now. Now the reason why I'm sending Bakura, Tristan, and Taya is because Mai and Joey are kind of my all-stars right now. Yugi is the one I want to finish this fight with, but I'm fully aware that that might not be possible, because honestly, with the monster setup that I have, unless I wanted to really just farm EXP until Yugi had 99 levels, his team really isn't all that great. It's not crap, but it's not very good either. But these 3 are also still pretty strong opponents for what I'm about to scrap with. Alright, so Taya is going to take on the Magnet Warrior Triumvirate. Tristan is going to take on an army of Karibo. And Bakura is going to take on an army of basic insects that are armed with laser cannons. We'll see how well they survive. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. Taya is actually fighting what is inarguably the hardest opponent.
Numbers, Mason. What do they mean? What do they mean? Mason, what do they mean?
Alright, which one of you guys has the lowest HP? Alpha? Okay. This bitch just tried to punch me.
You tried to punch me, boy! I'm gonna show you what a real fist feels like!
Hypermagnetic wave. Oh my god, my frame rate! Do not adjust the stream! That was my frame rate! Magnetic Sky Sword. And he immediately comes out of being blind. Alpha, Beta, and Gamma the Magnet Warrior are a powerful triumvirate of individuals that are capable of merging into Valkyrian the Magnet Warrior in the TCG. They do not fuse via polymerization, however, so you should probably be aware of that. They instead fuse by all three of them being on the field and Valkyria being in your hand. From there, they automatically engage the player another time, or they will they don't automatically engage the player. They automatically can be sacrificed all at once to the graveyard in order to summon Valkyria. Valkyria, alternatively, can also be sacrificed to bring back all three of them from the graveyard. They never really made it into the TCG meta, and it's because they were bad. Oh my god, she killed him before he could fuse. Luck. Super luck right there. So you guys aren't going to get to see Valkyria in this particular run. I don't know if I'm going to summon him during my run with Kaiba, but I might just give somebody the first two Magnet Warriors to build up and try to do that. We'll see. Valkyria is a pretty powerful creature, and he can be a nasty, little gimmick to have. Beta's ass over there. In terms of stats, none of these guys exactly have terrible stats as low-level monster cards, but none of them are effect monsters. They did get an electromagnetic warrior retrain later. This shit up. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. I'm like a dumb version of Eddie Murphy. And I'm nowhere near as funny. Welcome back, Mr. Potter. Welcome back. So, when you take out all three of these systems, Scott actually becomes vulnerable. And he's got a couple of decent teams guarding them, but each one of them kind of has their own little gimmick. The gimmick of these insects is AoE damage. Just try to kill them as fast as you can. If you can't, you're going to take a lot of AoE damage, just heal through it as best you can. These basic insects don't deal that much damage by themselves. Oh wow, the Dark Magician didn't get hit by that. It's alright, Liz, it happens. This should kill him as long as he doesn't die. Okay. Damn! Good hit. I took a lot of AoE damage there, but we're already limiting their AoE damage. He's choosing not to use his AoE attack for whatever reason. No bots then? Yeah, so far no. So far no bots. more than enough action points and health between the two of them to take this guy down. And not die. I was wondering if I was about to eat my words there and get critted to death, but a crit with that much HP wouldn't have even killed him. The problem with basic insect is that the insect fire cannon ability they have is actually good, but they, as a monster, are not good when they cannot use it. They don't have much HP, they don't have high defense, and they don't have high offense. So overall, the damage they can deal is pretty minimal. And Dark Magician number 2 got another action point. Cool. It died again, but managed to get a win this time. Well, at least it got a win this time. Alright, Tristan, let's see how you do against 3 Karibos. How we gonna do against Karibo? These things have a lot of action points, and the multiply he put on them makes them hit really hard. So, however, you might notice that these Karibos are like level 40 or 50, and their HP is only 782. Yeah. These Karibos hit decently hard, and they have good action points, but they don't have good durability. And Multiply doesn't really buff their defense, so these guys are gonna die real fast. Why did you pick that for me? Why was I ugly though? Most dinosaurs are ugly. At least compared to what humans find attractive. Oh god. Okay, they have an ability. Oh my god, wow! One of them got critted, and that was a lot of damage they just spat out. Oh! Oh, okay. Okay, I will respect the Karibo a little bit more. Wow! Wow, that hurt. I forgot they could do that. Okay, let's heal everybody up so that they don't die in one, like, volley of that shit. Okay, he can't do needle sprinkler. Is that a cripple in a wheelchair short joke? Pretty sure that wasn't the intention. Jesus Christ, he got 5,000 points. And I don't know how. He missed. Oh god. Ow. Jesus, I took another crit. Pretty sure that's gonna be the last real damage I take. Oh no, he's got one more action. 2 Karibos are down. Okay, at this point I can just use the rest of my attacks to get rid of him. Seth knows what it's like to be a dinosaur. I know what it's like to kill them! I've played a lot of Dino Crisis 2. And I've played a fair bit of Monster Hunter at this point. A lot of the monsters in there are basically super dinos. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've secured everything around Scott. Here we freaking go! We've stopped the System South Bridge. Alright. Mai, get out here. Joey, get out here on the other side. Yugi, you're down front. I'm not going to be using Mako for jack shit. or Shimo. Those two are strictly there as cannon fodder if I have to use them. Look at that Flame Swordsman boss walk. The illusory gentleman's just over here hovering. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hover lazily. That's what I do now. Alright. Scott has 2 Serpent Knight dragons and a Skull Knight. Okay. He also is using an attribute that directly contradicts with the attributes of his monsters. So this is going to be hilariously easy. Hey, I didn't die in the first match in the last tournament, you did. I must say I admire your persistence. I never expected anyone to make it this far.
Scott, your plans have failed. Now stop the simulator and set us free.
It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do now. There's no way to stop the Dark Spirit now.
Dark Spirit?
You heard me. I built this computer to summon the ancient powers of darkness. And the spirit will be here any minute now. It will devour your strong duelist souls and take over the entire world. You are all chosen by me to be tributes to the darkness. You should feel honored. What a bunch of insanity. There's no such thing as a dark spirit. I'm afraid you've no idea just how ingenious my new dual discs are. This is not just some game or simulator. It's a trap, a chain to bind my tribute to the Dark Spirit. This machine is linked to your souls and controls all your senses. The Dark Spirit will come from the darkness found within the human heart. He's gone totally nuts! Oh, I can hear it now. A power unlike any other! It's coming! It's coming! It's time for you to give me your souls! It only hurts in the beginning. After that, you'll be at peace.
We've got to stop him! Quickly!
Make that 3 wins and kills. Alright, so, yeah, Scott's is Psychotic Megalomania. Okay. Wow. So yeah, Maya's about to make this dude look like the most anticlimactic bitch in history. So Scott went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. This dude really went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Oh my god. He is a cuckoo bird who has somehow managed to build a simulation room that will siphon off the dual energy of everybody who's been dueling. And by the way, that's secretly why he invited Yugi, Kaiba, Mako, Bones, Espa, Weevil, Teeth, and supposedly he might have also invited Panic and the others. He might not have, so that he could siphon off their dual energy and whatnot. There's nothing you can do to stop it now! The Dark Spirit is almost here! All I wanted to do was offer you his tributes painlessly. The darkness knows no mercy. It will devour your souls ruthlessly. Not even I can guess how painful that will be. You will live just long enough to regret the fact that you were not defeated by me.
Scott! What a waste. I hate to lose such a convenient pawn. Even if he was more than a little crazy, I could have used him for something else. The punishment for interfering with a minion of the darkness is harsh indeed. Who are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dark Knight from Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, and also his brother appears in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists of the Roses.
Does it matter? What good does it to do the cow to know the name of the butcher? It's still going to end up as steak. This place is actually quite nice. It'll make a nice stepping stone to the outside world. All I need to do now is wait to finish materializing. I might as well eat you while I wait. Let's see, which minion should I summon forth? Obelisk the Tormentor! I summon thee! What?
I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the first of the Egyptian gods! Obelisk the Tormentor! And here we go again. I wonder how well mine will actually do. The god always moves last in a setup, so... And by the way, this Egyptian god is at level 1 with like 9,000 health. The strongest monster we have fought up to this point had maybe 2,000 or 3,000. Omni Hand Crusher. Ow! So, yeah, my team is now crippled. You're about to watch mine disappear. Yep. He just wiped her the fuck out. That was more or less to show you what I'm working with here as a problem. Alright, Joey, avenge your girlfriend. Avenge your psycho harpy Donnie Mommy. Gods always move last in a turn. It doesn't matter whether the turn cycle has them at high level or low level, and this is just a level 1 god, by the way. He doesn't have any level ups at all. And he chose to wait around. Wow. You notice how much damage he's taking. Oh, he just missed that attack, yep. Omni Hand Crusher is Obelisk's special ability. So yeah, Scott was a fucking lunatic. Scott went more than a little crazy. I had to do a reload because of something dumb. Liz is alive again, and you no longer have 3 wins.
Damn it!
Yeah, that hurt a lot. Let me guess, I just died. No, Liz did. Instant karma. I killed her! Oh my god! My dinosaur killed Liz! Sounds about right. Oh my god. I don't know if Joey's gonna be able to do much more damage. One win, 2 losses. Damn. No, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work. Yeah, I guess I could try to save my monsters. Oh god, who is he hitting? Panther Warrior? Yes. Ugh. God damn. Keep in mind, like, I keep reiterating this. I'm gonna reiterate it again. This is a level 1 god. I say that, I'm gonna make it clear why that's important after we beat him. That's what I thought you were gonna hit. Is Joey gonna beat an Egyptian god? Is this happening right now? Destruction. Panther Warrior. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey for the Egyptian god slay! Eat shit, Kaiba. That was your god he just beat up. Guilty of Flame Swordsman and Panther Warrior all leveled up. Panther Warrior got another action point. 2,000 gold for that kill.
We did it!
What's happening?
The whole place is starting to fall apart!
We've obtained an item called the Soul of Obelisk. So, I'm going to go ahead and point this out. There's 2 major important caveats about that fight. Number 1, if you are doing this on New Game Plus or a challenge mode, like now that we've cleared Yugi's campaign, I'm going to go clear Kaiba's campaign. All my progress is going to be saved. When I get to Nightmare, I have to fight Slifer. Or Dark Knight, I have to fight Slifer. And Slifer is going to fight me twice. Once at level 1, once at level 99. That's the challenge mode bonus. Your final boss fights you twice. And you can get... What this item allows you to do is the monster you give it to has to be equipped to a monster with the ability, a marshal with the ability Master of the Egyptian Gods. You'll notice that Yugi was the only one we recruited who had that ability in the last campaign. Him and Kaiba are the only two capable of summoning Egyptian gods. If the monster they hold has that item, they can use that in order to summon Obelisk once in a fight. And then Obelisk will be a monster they can control and beat the shit out of somebody for a fight. Yugi, wake up! Snap out of it! Huh? Yugi, good. You're finally awake. Hurry up! The fire's getting close! Fire? What fire? There were flames coming out of that big machine connected to the dual discs when we woke up. It looks like there was some kind of trouble. Anyway, we gotta get out of here now! Right! The fire in the SIC labs burned fiercely through the night until the flames engulfed the entire complex. The fire blazed into the morning, destroying the entire lab, but Yugi and company escaped relatively unharmed. Various news media reported that an accident in one of the labs had started the fire at SIC. The real truth was buried forever in darkness. Scott Irvine, the architect of this insidious incident, had disappeared after he left Kaiba Corporation, and no one even knows if he was alive or not. After the fire, SIC closed its doors and went out of business. There was no trace of Scott. What pushed Scott Irvine over the edge and made him embrace madness? No one knows the answer to that question. However, his final words before he disappeared from Kaiba Corporation might hold a clue. It was inevitable that those who realize the existence of the gods wish to eventually control them. Slifer, no Slifey. It's Slifer with an F. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom, Yugi's story. Tomorrow I will begin Kaiba's story, and we will begin our trance through that. It's been a hell of a ride. I haven't really had as much fun with this game coming back to it as I thought I was going to, but it was still a fairly fun experience, and it still hasn't been a bad one. And I still look forward to showing off a few other things about this game when I go to play Kaiba's story mode, because Kaiba's story mode is a little interesting as well. We'll see a few things in his mode, and then we'll be doing the 10 missions of Joey's campaign, and that will be it. Joey's campaign is a prologue game. It's not really that the game is difficult quite so much as time-consuming. This game is very slow. It's very slow-paced. If I were to critique this game, what I think this game needs is several things. Firstly, I think it needs a bit of a faster pace. Secondly, I think it definitely needs some better balancing outside of the action point system that it has. It's part of what makes this game unique. You really won't find this experience anywhere else, but that doesn't really make it a good mechanic, and that doesn't necessarily make it a good thing to have to go through. In addition, probably the biggest and most important thing for me to note about this game is that it needs real cutscenes. The cutscene material to this game is minimalistic as fuck, weak at best, and easily outpaced by almost any game out there, including a lot of really bad games that I have played over the years. And finally, this is probably the final note. Overall, this game to me is a 5 out of 10. It can be really fun to play if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, a hardcore one, and you love strategy RPG-styled games. But it's not very fun if you are somebody who has played a lot of particularly well put together, balanced, and set up games that have a much better idea of their own identity. And definitely have a much better idea of what to make for good mechanics, good voice acting, good storytelling, and good writing. This game doesn't do writing that tailors to the characters, it does writing that kind of tailors to itself. And I don't really like that. I honestly feel like it's terrible. The Red Dragon on the right, you've never seen them? or you think you've seen them? That's Slifer. That's Yugi's Egyptian god. Obelisk is Kaiba's. And that's kind of the symbolism they summon here, is that Dark Knight spawns these 3 Egyptian gods. From the left to the right, you have the Winged Dragon of Ra, who is the most powerful of the 3, Obelisk the Tormentor, who is arguably the second most powerful, and Slifer, who also is arguably second most powerful, because those 2 vie with each other for quite a bit in terms of their power level and power scaling. They are not bad, any of them, and in this game they are more powerful boss items than they are actual monsters. We will fight each one as an end boss in the game. Who does Ra represent? Ra represents Merrick, as Ra is who Merrick is most closely tied to. Merrick uses the Winged Dragon of Ra in his duels in the anime, and Slifer is most notably tied to Yugi because Yugi takes it off of strings, and it kind of becomes his signature ultimate boss monster for a while. Obelisk is given to Kaiba, and Kaiba keeps it and uses its power for himself, and is most closely tied to him, and Kaiba is also the only other person that Obelisk will come to when Kaiba requests its aid. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time when we start up Seto Kaiba's campaign. In the meantime, I've been Savage Hound Dusk, and I hope you guys have a nice day.